What's up? What's up? What's up? How you guys doing? Got a special guest tonight, former NBA player and director of an AAU program. So we're gonna get a lot of good information tonight. Marc Jackson coming through. Waiting for him to go on and send me a request. The City of Guards, Khalid Bucket. Hope everybody enjoying their day out there. It's been another blessed day above the ground. Next week, I'm trying to bring some girls basketball guests through. So we're going to switch up the momentum a little bit and get into the girls game. I need to learn about some of that stuff anyway, moving forward. We got on here tonight coming through. Where Marc at? Oh, he just pulled up. About to send me a request so we could get on here. What's up, DJ?
What's going on, Mike?
What's up, Coach? How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, brother. How are you?
Blessed, man. You know, we lost my grandfather March 31st from the virus, but we've been we done rebounded, and he was able to have a real quiet going away ceremony. My grandma was there, and my uncle and his wife, but it had to be real. You know how with these times we was lucky that he had that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sorry to
So,
hear that, man. Sorry to hear that, brother.
no doubt, no doubt. I hope everybody's safe over there.
Everybody good. Everybody good. Just it's weather in a storm, man. It's weather in a storm.
Yeah, I wanted to bring you on so we could go a little bit from your past and get into the stuff you're doing now. So
Okay.
I like to bring former players on, coaches and stuff, to basically give us a pathway for younger kids and players to follow to understand the ins and outs of the game. So I figured Drew would be good for that. I'm gonna take it back to. I always take it back to when I first saw somebody. I first saw you playing in college at Temple, and after doing some research, I saw that you have the Roman Catholic, and you had a brief stop at VCU. What made you, first of all, pick VCU first and then transfer back to Temple?
Well, for me personally, when I was coming out, I like a lot of inner city kids. My story. A lot of people know my story. I grew up in a house with no heat and no running water, man, and I grew up in a crack house. So when I was coming up, when I got a chance to leave, my whole thing was getting out of
Okay.
Dodge as soon as possible. And with that being said, I think my last 5 schools were VCU, UMass, Pitt, Florida State, and Boston College. And
Okay.
I chose VCU because the coach Sonny Smith had some good game. He had some good game. He taught me good game, man, and he taught me in my role on that team. I can go to these other schools, get playing time, but I can go to VCU and start immediately, and plus be far away from home, but be close enough to home where if I needed to get back in case of emergency, I was only a 3.5-hour drive. So he taught the good game, and he got me lowered in, man. So that was why I chose VCU.
Okay. So what made you come back home to Temple?
Well, first of all, it was a rude awakening when I got to VCU, respectfully.
Okay.
Um, the school back then, I know it's been significant changes to the university, but at that point, I did not know VCU was the largest commuter school in the nation. So when I went there, the school was great Monday through Thursday, but when Friday, Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
Sunday come down, it was a ghost town.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was like, where everybody go? Like literally, only people that was on campus were the athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and So that was one. Two, I got hurt. I had a knee injury, nothing major, but something that kept me out. And I think one of the most hardest times for an athlete, especially an athlete that never had an injury, uh, is when you get hurt. And when I got hurt, it was like I was in no man's land. Like you kind of go through emotions, get depressed because you're not part of the team. You are, but you're really not. You staying away, and actually being on the ghost town campus and not really able to participate in the things within the team. Back then, I had my summer coach who was like my Sunny Hill coach named John Harnett, and I knew I went to VCU and I was starting to do good things. I was starting to put some good numbers up, and then an injury happened. I just kind of went into a shell, and I'm a big believer in if you really want it, reach for the sky. And I felt as though at that point, even while I was injured, I felt as though that I was better than VCU, and that's no disrespect. I thought
Mm-hmm.
I was going to accomplish things bigger than VCU can afford me at that time.